Okay, so last spring of 2021, I was enrolled in Med-Surg 1 at my school. I believe they call it Nursing Concepts 1. And at the time, I was still working a full-time job. And it was just, I really feel like I should have prepared myself better to where I didn't have to work full-time. I mean, some people can do it in nursing school. I wasn't able to do it. So I ended up being unsuccessful that semester. But the policy at the school, and I'm sure it's the same way at a lot of nursing schools, um, if you fail, the first semester, like the first semester of nursing school, then you have to reapply. If you fail any semester past the first semester, then you are able to take that class again as long as there's a spot open, because it just depends on how many spots are open from the students that are in the class behind you, because they have to come forward. So if there's a spot open, then you can get in, which thankfully I was able to get into a spot. But let me go back, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I was unsuccessful in that semester. It was very unfortunate. It was a lot of us really who almost half the class was unsuccessful. All of us were able to get back into the second semester, and all of us were successful except for one person. So the first time that I took the Med-Surg 1, Nursing Concepts 1, that class was, I don't know, I'm not going to blame it on the instructor, because yeah, the instructor is there to lecture and to guide us, but still it's on us to develop proper study habits and figure out what works for us best to retain information and be able to apply in those exams. So I feel a lot of it, like for me, I can't speak for my classmates, but for me, it was just really figuring out how to study and what worked best for me. So like I said, whenever I got into Med-Surg again the second time around, I had learned how to study, how to retain information. Even if I had to go over the same material 10 times, I mean, until I had it, that's what I did, and it worked. I passed the second time around. So the second time it was summertime, and it was one of the worst semesters that I've had since I've been in the program. The first teacher that we had, she ended up having some health problems, and she ended up resigning. And then we had another instructor step in to do some lectures, and then we had a third instructor who was hired, who we ended up finishing out the semester with her. It was a very challenging semester, but also in that semester, I forgot to say, we started out with 32 people and we ended with 12. We actually ended with 13. The next semester, in third semester, we had somebody to drop the class, and then we ended up with 12. That's what happened. So yeah. So the next semester, which was fall of 2021, we finished out with our 12. Everybody was successful by the grace of God. Everybody was successful in that semester, and we did have our penance ceremony. So if you know anything about nursing programs, I'm sure if most of y'all are probably in nursing programs, at the end of the third semester, you are eligible to sit for your NCLEX pen, which by this time it's almost close to the end of January. Actually, 2 of my classmates have already taken their boards and they were successful in it. Both of them finished in 75 questions. So I'm claiming that I can do the same. Just a few minutes ago here, I did pay my money and do my registration to Pearson View, so I'm waiting for them to do my schedule, send me my, what is it called? My authorization to test. That's what it's called. So I'll be waiting on that. So yeah, that's where I am. So right now I'm in my 4th semester, and this semester compared to my other semesters in nursing school, we kind of more, it's kind of like we know what we're doing. We haven't had a lecture yet. Like the whole first module, all of our stuff is screencast. So the first time we went to class, we what did we do? We did orientation. We had a lot of paperwork to sign. We just basically went over our syllabus and our calendar. We talked a little bit about clinicals, which we had a clinical orientation like later that week. The next week was Martin Luther King holiday, and we just had class yesterday, and we didn't do any lecture. We did check-offs for central venous access and blood transfusions. Oh yeah, I'm also in microbiology. It's me and 4 other of my classmates. And also with COVID and everything, some of our clinical time was short. So if anybody is preparing to go into nursing school or you just starting, so be prepared for that. There was one semester where we only got to do like 3 clinical days, and the rest of the time we were at the school like doing case studies and concept maps. Like we kind of got, I mean, I understand we have to be safe for COVID, but also whenever we become nurses, we're going to be in that environment. It's something about the school and their policies that they have to follow. So yeah, just be prepared for that. But also, I mean, you'll get to do stuff in clinical, but don't look forward to getting to do a lot of stuff in clinical. Like, at least, I don't know, I'll say in my experience, the school that I'm going to, they're like smaller hospitals around, like smaller communities. Some days they would be like super busy, and some days there really wasn't a lot going on. So, but really, I would rather be in that clinical environment than be at school just doing concept maps. So I made it to this 4th semester. Like I said, I'm waiting to receive my authorization to test for my NCLEX for my LPN license. Yeah, that's what I got going on for nursing school.
I'm going to try to post a video at least once a week, if not twice a week. It might not be like a full video, but maybe a short, just to kind of give like a little update on what's going on with my last 2 semesters in nursing school.
So yeah, if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for more content from me.